Welcome back, everyone. Jose21 Crisis here. Happy New Year, and welcome to Grand Prix World 2001. And this is not the screen I'm going to use for this introduction. This is the one. So it's been a while. I still don't have internet, so that means episode 1 and episode 2 of 2002 are still not uploaded. So any feedback you might have given me on those episodes has not been received just yet. It will eventually. But anyway, we're back, and it's time to get back on managing Prost. It's been a while since I've been on this save, since last year, since like November last year, which is the last time I recorded episodes. So I spent some time getting up to speed again on what I have to do, what I have to see, and everything. And as per usual, the mechanics are upset. Fernando and Enrique are upset, but we're gonna fix that. Eventually, at some point. But anyway, first things first, need to do testing, which I didn't do on the previous episode. I spent some time last year and this year trying to upgrade my spreadsheets so that I could get better results, because some time ago I used them and they weren't giving good results, so I know I had to do them again, and I got them onto a state that it seems to work pretty well. In the state it is right now, it knows that test rigs contribute to a certain percentage and an R&D car contributes to another percentage. At a point, and I answered to one of my commenters that the R&D car doesn't actually help development, but I was wrong, it actually helps. So anyway, what I'm gonna do on this one is 113 miles of testing, which is a bit above what I usually do. I usually do 109, but I need those extra 4 miles. 44% setup, 22% development, no research because there was just no time, and I actually need to do the least amount of miles possible. 50-50 for the main drivers, 90-10 for Bordeaux. We do the testing, and full setup, full development, we're gonna be using that. So, use the development, and we get that, where is it? We have high pitch sensitivity, which means that on tracks with 4 or 5 wind setup points, we're gonna lose a lot of grip, which is not a good idea. So we're gonna put some points into design. We're gonna put every single here. I could have used 63 for this one and get the full progress bar. 64 should be just fine, he said, hoping it were true. We're gonna keep putting 36 on design. This should give us one more block. I just hope and pray that the 2003 regulations are friendly to this design I have in the works. Not much I can do. So Alonso has car number 3, which is 22% worn. Bernoulli has 45% wear, which might be an issue. He might DNF. I just hope he actually doesn't. Just gonna hope and pray. Next thing is I reset some of the percentages. Here on Acer, I put 43%, that should give us 1 block. On DHL, I put 34%, that should give us 1 block. And 9% on Reynard, that should give us the remaining block. I still need to look for another sponsor after that. I'll get there eventually. I also took some points from hospitality so I can put them on the cash sponsors. I took some points away from the team, engine, and tire sponsors for the simple objective that I need points here. I need to fill up the roster, because I think that makes everyone happy, and my mechanics need to be happy. So far, we're looking at 28 million in sponsorship, an increase of 20. And with the way things look, actually, this isn't relevant at this point. It is relevant in Europe? Yeah, before Japan, this is when the screen becomes relevant. Don't worry about it. Okay, time for the main event of this day, which is the Spanish and the Monaco Grand Prix. For this one, I'm gonna give 1 win point. I said just 1, and 1 dust point. 1 win point and 1 dust point. I think that's the way I set it up. The reason for that, why I'm not using the entirety of the points, is that so that I can use them for Monaco, which I think is a bit more important. And I'm giving 1 win point for the same reason I told you a moment ago, which is high pitch sensitivity. If you have 5 or 4 points in wind, grip goes to hell, and I just don't want that. I actually am gonna give this to Tarmac because I'm gonna be testing something. Yeah, Tarmac, I think that's the way I did it. Next things, both are going to be using soft tires because it's, you know, it's a bit difficult, but I'm gonna be doing it with that. Next is I'm gonna be putting 10, 6, 7, 1, and the same for Alonso. So with this bot, Alonso and the suspensions should be able to make it to the end. With 7, we have a bit more pace advantage. What I learned is that over here, engine, we have 6 rigidity. We can actually set top speed to 7 without things exploding, without my rear wing going bang. If I put it at 8, then the rear wing will disappear. But other than that, I can put it on 7 and it should be fine. For that same reason, you can actually elevate an engine to 9 rigidity and put it to 10 top speed, and it should be perfectly fine. Next things first, I'm setting acceleration and braking to 1. The reason for that is that most of the time it is the fastest strategy, and because you load less fuel, you consume less fuel, you load less fuel, you're lighter, you're faster, you know, the usual. And lowering acceleration and braking makes your tire wear better, which is pretty good. We're gonna confirm orders, confirm the setup. We're gonna be taking those points to Monaco. Confirm assembly, both on soft tires, safe, and let's get in there. España, let's go. Okay, very dry, average wind speed, both on soft tires. Yeah, just the usual. I hope the extra, the new part helps us with improved performance. Maybe we can start getting some top 10s. I doubt it. But you know what? Let's try. Let's get in there. So, Michael Schumacher puts it on the pole for the Infinity 8th time in his career, and it's a Ferrari 1-2. It's a front row lockout for them. Fisichella puts it second, then we have David Coulthard, again, still pretty damn good, puts it third. Alesi and Marquez are next, fourth and fifth. Hakkinen is still showing why he needs to retire, although it's just like 5/10 off, 500s off, so it's not that big. It's just that Alesi and Marquez were faster. Barrichello 7th in the Williams, not that far away from Hakkinen. Panis and Weber in the Benettons 8th and 9th. Saracen in the BAR puts it 10th. Raikkonen 11th. And for once, we are on the first page. 12th and 13th for Bernoldi and Alonso. Then we have Montoya, Irvine, Mazzacane, Button, Berti, Verstappen, Trulli, and the Arrows decided to do laps in the wet, so they will not be here. Also, I think Bernoldi could have been 11th or 10th, but one of these idiots decided to stay in front of him, and they paid the ultimate price, which is not qualifying. Which it's totally fair, at least if you ask me. Very dry, low wind speed. We should be okay. Okay, as for strategy, Alonso, I'm going to give a standard 2-stop strategy. Actually, let's put 23 laps so that the final stint is actually fast. 5, 6, and 7 sets. And Bernoldi, yes, we're using soft tires, but these tires can do this. Bernoldi will be rocking a 1-stop strategy on the softs. I made some calculations, and with the proper driver orders, they will go the distance, at least as long as we need them. They will have like 3 blocks remaining or something like that, but they should be just fine. Same with Alonso, he should have no problem making it to his stops at the right moment. So let's get in there. For once, I found a way to not have to alter the orders directly during the start. So things should work out, I hope. So let's get in there. Okay, boys. Now I don't have to frantically go into the driver orders and start swapping things. I can just watch the start. Hope the boys don't fall off a cliff. A cliff. Alonso did fall off, lost a place. Gonna ask them both to block. Of course, overtaken by the VAR. If you could remember, you're on a two-stop, you need to get ahead, man. And whenever the possibility arises, I'm going to have Alonso overtaking Bernoldi. Because, it's actually necessary. But it looks like it might not happen. Actually, Bernoldi overtook someone. It's cool. There is Bernoldi. He's getting overtaken though, or maybe not. Okay, now it's time to get serious. I'm gonna drop acceleration to 1 as that reduces tire wear. And in a moment, I'm going to be dropping braking because I don't want to have excessive tire wear. Okay, time to drop it. Drop and drop. And now tell them to push. And we should be okay. I hope. Now Alonso, up the braking again. It's necessary. We need to get through that VAR. Truly pits for a false start, I think? I wasn't paying attention. Actually, yeah, it was a false start. Please don't let... Oh, I'm confused. I was going to say, please don't let Benetton through, but we're not fighting Benettons. Now, please, get in front of that VAR. Alonso, my man, you're struggling here. I need you to move ahead, and I don't want to give this order because you're gonna crash, and that's more problem than I'd like to have. Yeah, it's not happening. I'm gonna have to drop it in a moment, otherwise he's gonna burn up his brakes and tires, which is not good for business. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it now. Drop it. Thank you. Let's see. Let's rise it one more time. This will be the end for now, of course, because 2 laps. I don't want to be showing the entire race because that's too long. Anyway, I'll see you hopefully when Alonso gets through. He definitely needs to do it. Come on, man. He won't be on this corner. Anyway, I'll see you later. The pit stop cycles have begun. We have a few 3-stoppers. Don't exactly ask me who. Coulthard, right? Coulthard is one of the 3-stoppers. The rest of the guys you see there are 2-stoppers. Most notably Irvine. He managed to pass Alonso, then made a good distance, but then it resulted he had to pit in like lap 20. We're on lap 22 right now. But on lap 20, and now he's behind Bernoldi, which is very good for me. In a moment, Alonso is going to pit, and it is my hope that the guys don't make a pit stop error. I mean, Alonso is still going to be behind Bernoldi anyway. It doesn't matter what I do unless I somehow slow down Bernoldi. But, I mean, we have to keep the advantage. Oh, Matt's gonna pit, which is good. He's going to be behind Alonso then. But the thing is, I don't need a pit stop error, because if we get a pit stop error, well, there goes Alonso. Bernoldi is going to finish ahead, and most importantly, Irvine is going to finish ahead of him, which I hate. Maybe we can get... Come on. Maybe we can get Fernando in front of Rubens. Pretty sure that's Rubens there. We cannot. Well, that's just great. Their overtaking ability is still not good. For that reason, I need power brakes, and yeah, I need power brakes. I'm working on auto gears right now, which is not ideal, but it can work. Okay, let's see, boys. Please don't give me an error. I swear to God. Please. Please. Thank you. It's gonna be an okay pit stop. He's gonna be behind Irvine, but he should be a bit closer. And most importantly, I hope he can keep up with Irvine. Because during the first stint, the AI is always very quick. But on the second stint, they're a bit slow. Oh, jeez, he's right behind. Let's go. Okay, let's see. For now, that should be okay. Something I want to note as well is that Bernoldi here, he has lower orders than Alonso here. And the reason for that is that I want Bernoldi to make it to the end. And for that, he needs to have lower orders so that he doesn't damage his car as much. He gets reduced wear and he has a better chance of making it to the end without destroying the car condition bar. Anyway, that will be it for now. I'll see you when, I don't know, Bernoldi explodes or something, or when he has to pit. So I'll see you then. Soon enough, it's gonna be the time for Bernoldi to pit. I saw someone making a mistake there. It's a VAR. So Bernoldi's about to pit. He has been keeping up with the two stoppers in front of him. That is the Sauber, these Saubers, this Williams, and this Benetton. He has been keeping up, but they're chunky with fuel. Bernoldi isn't. Although Bernoldi's tires are somewhat worn, like I told you, they will have like 3 blocks of tire condition left, and they do indeed have 4 blocks of tire condition left. They could go something like 40 laps with this minimal acceleration and braking I have them on right now, but I decided to just make it to the halfway point, so it should be okay. On a similar vein, Alonso has been keeping up with Irvine right there. He has not overtaken him. I hoped he would in his first few laps, but he didn't get there. Anyway, it's time for Bernoldi to get in and serve his pit stop. I hope it is another good pit stop and that the boys have another good pit stop for Alonso. Okay, it's a good pit stop for Bernoldi. 2 for 3 for now. 2 for 2. I hope it is 3 for 3 by the end of this. Where is Bernoldi? He's gonna be behind both VARs. That's okay. He's gonna be far ahead of that other Jordan. We should be perfectly fine. Please, camera, point at. There you go. There you go. Right behind that VAR. So far, it looks good. All right, this is the half race report moment. So let's go to accelerated time. Yeah, I can leave that for now. Save for now. Let's go to accelerated time and let's see. Michael Schumacher, Giancarlo Fisichella running your 1-2. They are all the way over here. Michael's probably gonna win this race. Then again, I said the same thing in France, and you know what happened. Mika Hakkinen is third. I'm pretty sure Hakkinen is on a 1-stop. No, incorrect. He's on a 2-stop. But there you go. Let's see. Then we have Weber in fourth. Weber is right there. He's also on a 1-stop. Coulthard is fifth. He's on a 3-stop strategy. I do not know why, but he is. Sixth is Marquez. Then you have Barrichello, Panis, Raikkonen, Alesi, Irvine, Alonso, Saracen, Montoya, and Bernoldi. You have the rest of these boys here. Truly blew up like not long after he served his stop-go penalty. It is okay. Anything important? No, it's been a typical Spanish Grand Prix, just not much happening. Cars ordered by performance instead of driver talent, that's just the usual. Except Benetton's maybe a bit too high with Weber and Panis, but that's okay. I'll see you later, probably when Alonso pits again, or maybe something interesting happens, like both Ferraris exploding and turning into a fireball, so I don't know. So I'll see you then. Okay, so pit stop cycles have kind of started. Tarso Marquez pit a moment ago. I think he's no threat though. No, yeah, yeah, thankfully he's no threat because he's far away from us, as in ahead, and we're gonna have to pit. So right now there's a top 10 in contention, but it relies on one of these two guys. That is Irvine and I don't know who's 12, Saracen, pitting, and us as Alonso overcutting them. because I don't think, yeah, he's Bernal is just too far back to be able to do this correctly. Yeah, it needs has them. Okay, Irvine pitted. There's a non-zero chance we can overcut Eddie Irvine. I wouldn't hold my breath though. And there's also the fact a lazy. Okay, a lazy is possibly on a one stop. Raikkonen is possibly on a one stop. So maybe this isn't. Jesus Christ, Jaguar, get out of the way. So this isn't actually a race for top 10, but I mean, one can have hopes. Anyway, I need this Jaguar to get out of my way. What is this Jaguar doing? Jaguar, get out of it, thank you. About time. Anyway, Bernaldi is not getting there. Bernaldi did a good job during the initial stint keeping up with people, but now he's just, pace is not there. And great. Saracen continues, whip it. No one else pit, please. Okay, no one else pits. Alonso's gonna have a good stop, but Irvine is gonna be ahead. So that sucks. There he goes. Is that please don't get overtaken by Matic. Thank you. Okay. So yeah, that didn't quite work. We didn't have pace, and at times we were slowed down by people, which yeah, not a good, not good, not great. P14 and P16, pending DNFs, of course. I hope significant DNFs happen. I want to score a top 10 so hard, so badly, but it won't happen. At least not in this race, unless people start blowing up, which again, very unlikely. Let's have them both hold position. Oh, now you bid, you idiot. You're an idiot, Saracen. Unless he has a pit stop problem and is slowed down, we're not gonna be ahead of him. Yeah, of course he won't. He will not. There goes Fisichella. Michael Schumacher's gonna retake the lead. Good for him. And I think that it's the end of everything interesting so far. So I'll see you probably at the end of this race, unless one of our guys catches fire, gets a ton of pace, and starts overtaking people, but I doubt it. The Michael entered his final lap, so it means it's time for me to start talking again. It's been just a typical Spanish Grand Prix with not much happening, which is about the same thing we'll get with the Madrid Grand Prix. Anyway, yeah, Michael Schumacher is winning this thing, then Giancarlo Fisichella is a Ferrari 1-2, Mika Hakkinen is third, which, good for him. I've been trash-talking him for a while, but hey, he's done good. Torso Marquez, I thought he'd exploded or something, but no, he just spun it into the gravel, which, I mean, same thing, right? Same thing, just Torso Marquez things. Little bit of drama, Bernaldi burned his tires, but in the end he was okay. Dang, Mika! I didn't know he had the fastest lap, but okay. Ours are not that great. The car is still in need of improvement, but we'll get there. Michael Schumacher wins the Spanish Grand Prix, and Giancarlo Fisichella makes it a Ferrari 1-2 finish. We're gonna finish 12th and 14th, which it absolutely could have been better. But at the end of the day, like, our car is just still not that good. We are still like in the mid tier of teams, or actually, I don't know exactly where we are considering. I have not seen the graph yet. I've yet to make the graph, so maybe we're actually like the fifth best team, but we are sucking right now, and that's up to the drivers. But don't worry, that will improve. One of the reasons we suck is that we struggle overtaking people, and that's because of the high pitch sensitivity. I remember that's one of the effects. You become worse overtaking. But still, it's a decent result, I guess. First to six, we have Schumacher, Fisichella, Hakkinen, Weber, Coulthard, and Barrichello. Good for them. We finished a lap down, which is the usual. Again, the arrows didn't even qualify. Michael Schumacher leading this championship, and he's probably gonna win this championship as well. Ferrari also leading this championship, and again, they're probably gonna win this championship along the way. Ah, great! I forgot to do something at the beginning of this Grand Prix. What I wanted to do was this: stop the building. That means we have lost. I should not have started building this. That means we have lost like 1.875 million, which, I mean, it could have been worse. I refuse to fall prey to the, what is the name of this fallacy? Sunk cost fallacy. I already put some cash. I take it as a loss. We're gonna make a bit more cash. We're gonna make like 4 or some million extra, but it's okay. Profit of 200k. That's good. Start in engineering. Engineering must have improved morale, I hope. Excessive wear, of course. Testing. Bordeaux, you're gonna do research testing in a moment. Don't worry. I hate the FIA. We will start once again then. Car's not gonna be that good next year, but actually it's gonna be good because our engineer and designer are level 3, and that's when you start with midfielder cars at the very least. We can upgrade our car, and we did. We need spare parts, I know. Reynard, god damn it! Acer, why? This just has not gone well. Now I need to start finding people. Great. Acer, you traitors. Okay, the commercial department is still pretty happy. That's good. We need to yeah. Design is completely filled up. Engineering is improving. That's good. Put more people in engineering. Mechanics are still upset. I do not know why. But to counter that, it's time to move people up the ranks. So move one there and move one from trainee to average. Need to start putting people up. Okay, let's see. So we cancel the work we have done and we start over. 36 is gonna move like one block every time. We have finished with the design stage of the undertray. Now go to CFD simulation. We have set up points from the previous race from Spain, which I did not employ. So let's employ them for this one. 3 points of dust for each. Let's see, what else? 52 points doing 52% doing nothing, and I hate it. Oh, great. So, who do we want to talk with right now? We'll talk with Orange, but that will be unwise. We'll talk with Dusha Post, but no. I want to talk with HP. I'm gonna put 10% with the people I want to talk with. Loctite. And I recently watched a documentary about Nortel. This is a terrible idea, but in this continuity, Nortel does not go under, okay? At least I hope. 10% on LG and 10% General Electric. Put 2 more percent on DHL, it should be okay. Okay, spare parts. How many can we produce? 28, that's not great. That gives us just 4. Please, mouse, just complete the click. There you go. Okay. How much can we repair here? We can repair 1 car, we can repair 2 cars. The other cars, they'll have to do. Swap for car 4, so we can distribute the car damage. Give me car 2 here. Car 2. Get off the car. Okay, good. Car 4. have some percentage available. Oh, great. This is gonna be great. I need that, from now on, I need a lot of research points. So I need to fill up the research no matter what. Oh, good, I can redistribute things. More people in the freaking power breaks. I'm just so out of order. The sponsor news just broke everything. Michael Schumacher wins 3 races in succession, also won it from the pole. Yeah, they betrayed us, Acer and Reynard. I am concerned too, but there's not much I can do. Prost Brown to McLaren, dang. Okay, we're gonna be looking into Jaguar. Where's Jaguar? Again, maybe we can get their power brakes. We desperately need power brakes. And now, what I'm going to do is save the game, remove the second save, which I'm not using, and figure out how much I need to do on testing. So let me go on this page. Again, save the game. I'm paranoid. Alright, save the game, and I'll be altering commercial and mechanic in a moment. So see you in a while. Okay, so here's the plan. 124 miles. Let's up that to 125 because I can do that. It's not that expensive anyway. Or maybe it is, but it doesn't matter. Full percentage on research. Simply because I don't have enough personnel to be able to do both setup and research, because these idiots are in one morale, and that's unacceptable. But anyway, everyone on research, that should be enough to get the full research bar. I also distributed percentages here, 41% for the high pitch sensitive for the undertray, 59 for the 2003 car, and we're going to be spamming the research to be able to fill up the design bar, because this is the stage that takes the longest. And we absolutely need to fill this up because the efficiency of the design stage is 40%. We absolutely need that. As for this, oh good, can we actually get auto gears? Oh, they approved. Okay, I'll have to consider building them for the next one. Let's start working on power brakes, and that will have to wait for the next one. Also, I put 15% on Lucky Strike while we wait for everyone else here to give us conditions for their deals. Put 8% on HP, Loctite, and Nortel so that they tell us something, and 6% on General Electric and LG so that they also tell us something. I'm just so upset at those, at Acer, the traders, and at Reynard, because we were about to have a deal, but they decided to leave. Well, what can you do? Okay, what else do I have to do? Well, nothing really. Everything's okay. It says they're not upgraded right here because we could have driving aids, but we can't. What do I do for this one? I'm not exactly sure what to do with this setup. I mean with the orders. With the setup, of course, we have it, but with the orders, I'll need to figure something out. And that something out you're gonna see when we get into the actual race. As per usual, it will be a seamless transmission. A seamless transmission? What the hell am I talking about? A seamless transition into the actual race. I will explain the orders when we are in the actual race. So, let's get in there. Didn't I tell you it will be seamless? Okay, let's begin. Well, just the usual, it's going to be dry conditions and very low wind speed. It's gonna be a cold day, or the Monaco qualifying, it will be okay. So for this one, I decided to change things up a little bit. Alonso will be using the hard tires, and Bernoldi over here will be using the soft tires. The reason for that is that, in theory, the hard tire strategy will be the superior strategy compared to the soft tire strategy. So I want my best driver to be on said hard tire strategy. Meanwhile, Bernoldi is going to be on the soft. He's going to qualify better. I hope he puts us up in like 10th or something like that, while Alonso is down at 15th or something. We're going to see. But I want Alonso to be on the better strat than Bernoldi for this one. So the usual, getting ready for qualifying, and I'll see you at the end of qualifying. Let's see what happens. Let's see the results of it. So it is Michael Schumacher and Giancarlo Fisichella on the front row, which is predictable, they're Ferrari. Third and fourth, we have David Coulthard and Kimi Raikkonen, which sounds very familiar for some reason. Then we have Rubens Barrichello and Mika Hakkinen, again a bit familiar, even if the teams do not coincide. Then we have the Benettons of Panis and Webber, 7th and 8th. Tarso Marquez beats Enrique Bernoldi, but like I asked Bernoldi, he puts it on 10th. Exactly what I asked, no problem there. Alessi is 11th, embarrassingly being beat by Tarso Marquez. Then you have Juan Montoya 12th, and after that, half a second after, is Fernando Alonso. So the positives of this session is we beat a VAR. And we're just 1 second away from the Ferraris, which is not bad. But it's 1 second Bernoldi, and Bernoldi's on the softs. It is 1.5.6 seconds for Alonso, which is not that great. Still, we knew this wasn't going to be that great of a season, but we're going to keep going. We're going to keep upgrading the car. We're going to keep going. Here's the rest of them. We don't really care too much about them. And let's slide the rain. Oh, great. So what to do for this one? Why is rain deciding to ruin me on every freaking Grand Prix? So for this one, I'm going to put Alonso on exactly a 50% fuel load, and I'm going to put him on wet. And the reason for that is that I'm going to assume it's going to rain long enough and hard enough that we're going to be jumping to wet weather tires in like lap 5 or 6. Meanwhile, Bernoldi is going to be carrying a more traditional 2-stop load, and it's going to be loading intermediates, and then if needed, he's going to switch to wets. That's everything that's happening here. I just hope it gets wet enough so that Alonso here puts those wet tires into good use. But again, I don't like wet weather races when you don't have wet weather drivers. But let's see what we can do. Save the game. Let's have them just going. No orders or anything like that. Let's just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. Block. It did not block. Okay, start pushing and blocking. Drop that acceleration to 1 as per usual. I'll get back in there and explain the order. Oh my god, we're just free falling. This is not good. Bernoldi's now 20. Have I told you how bad we are in the wet? Haven't I? And it's about to get worse because Bernoldi's now 21st. This is just going back again. Alonso is on wet weather tires, so he's expected to be bad. But Bernoldi is kind of decent and he's on Inter, so this is not what I'd expect from him. And he's going to drop backwards a bit more. No, he doesn't. Alright, so it's going wrong really quickly. I really need Bernoldi to get a move on, start moving up, because he has the Inters, he's faster than Alonso, like guaranteed. He has a lighter fuel load, better tires, he's better in the wet, so he needs to get a move on. I need him passing those Minardis and passing Alonso as soon as possible. But he's not getting the moves done. This is amazing. So anyway, braking 5, so they had a decent start. Clearly didn't work. Top speed 7 because our rigidity is 6. Let's see how this is going. Bernoldi's gonna drop to like last. Curb usage 2, so that these guys don't wear out in the conditions, because they can do that. Okay, it's finally worked. It freaking worked out. Let's bring Bernoldi, put him on wets, put some fuel into it, dump the brake out of it. Should put a lot more fuel on Bernoldi's. Put 14 laps of fuel into it. Okay, Alonso is now gonna fly. It's not gonna be as fast as Michael Schumacher. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be on wet tire. It doesn't matter. It's not going to be as fast as Michael Schumacher because, of course, this is Fernando Alonso who has like 1 point in wet weather, and Michael Schumacher's over there. Even in the ground tire, he has the better car, and he's the better driver by far. But anyway, 7 top speed because our engine rigidity is 6, and we can actually do that. Curb usage 2 so that our drivers can actually make it to the end of the race without having stamina issues. That's a big concern, the stamina issues. Put wet tires here. We're doing a lot of laps now. There goes someone. That's Verstappen. Good job. And off racing line 8 so that we use the suspension more, we have more pace. That will be it for now. I will see you later when more important stuff happens, which is prone to happen in like lap 10 or something, because these races are always crazy. First, let's see if Alonso can get that move done. He won't. But I need him to get moves done. He's on the better tire. Anyway, I'll see you later. So our joyride of fun has ended because not only did it stop raining, it instantly switched to wet conditions, which is intermediate tire conditions. And to be honest, I have zero interest in switching back to intermediate tires because it's just going to be a massive waste of time. I don't want to do it. And we're going to lose all of the track position we made up. Alonso right now is 9th. He was 8th at the start of this little part of recording. He's going to drop to like 15th or something. Meanwhile, Bernoulli is 13th and he's going to be like 20th after it switches to dry. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to hope that conditions switch to dry as soon as possible. Yes, keep it like that. We're not going to overtake anyone. What we have to do is just hope and pray we can hold on to as many positions as we can, because I have really no interest in pitting again and wasting that much time for an advantage that we really don't have. So I just hope this track dries out quickly. Also, something I do know is that thanks to the fact that it stopped raining and it soon's going to be dry, or at least I hope it soon is dry, it's that we are not going to be victims of the, what was it called? Of the 2-hour glitch. So let me explain that real quick. The 2-hour glitch occurs if a race lasts longer than 2 hours. By rule, the race ends when we reach 2 hours, when the leader crosses the finish line. At that point, the race ends. So if the leader crosses the finish line, 2 hours have passed in like 70, in lap 70, the race is 70 laps long and that's it. The thing is, this game takes it wrong, and the first person to cross the finish line on the 2 hours, that's the winner. And then you have second, third, fourth, as in the order they cross the line, not in the order they truly are. Which is annoying. Eddie Irvine is pitting for whatever reason. Good for him, I guess. So that's a problem, because it scrambles everything. Of course, we, us being midfielders, back markers, we get an advantage of that, but I decide, screw that. So if it came to, and I had to like trigger that rule, I will just instantly finish the race. And the finish race, using this little menu right here, and the finish race, it doesn't care about the 2-hour rule. It just ends the race right there with the proper order. So that's a way to fix it. Just be aware with your saves. Know that, hey, it's about to be 2 hours. You need to be careful. Keep a save ready, and just, if it triggers the 2-hour glitch, just come back to the save and finish the race with the accelerated time screen. But since it's gonna be dry pretty soon, or at least I hope it gets dry pretty soon, we're not gonna see that. Which, no, it's okay, I guess. Let me prepare some future stops, because I don't want to be left like scrambling about. Let's just put half of this. Let's put just 20 laps of fuel, and here let me put How much will I need? Put set number 6, and you put set number 6. No, set number 5. We haven't used set 5. And make sure Michael Schumacher has not like triggered. Yeah, we haven't used set 5. And you are gonna put like actually 13 laps of fuel. Make it lower, 10, because those are soft. They are not gonna last that long. Okay, hopefully it gets dry quickly. Otherwise, my boys are gonna be even more screwed than when this race started. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you. Thank you, Grand Prix World Gods. Bring them in, let's put them on fresh tires and let's get them out there again. Because, my goodness, it worked at first, but I was hoping it lasted like half the race. And Bernoldi's not gonna be able to get the pit stop. At least Alonso's stop is pretty good. Oh yeah, sure. Let's let's trigger the glitch. Sure. I mean, we need every single bit of help we can. Okay, Barrichello is an actual car that we need to be careful, be wary of. We have 39 laps of fuel, so at 19, so that will be 58, correct? And 20 laps on the next stop. You will just swap place. Do not screw up Alonso, please. God damn it. I hate when that happens. Because this section right here, there's a what am I call it? Like, that's a pit stop error section. Oh, the Williams pitted. That's a pit stop error section. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. It'll be fine. Just 5 more laps. I'm pretty sure those tires can make it 5 more laps. Yes, it did. It did not hurt as much. Okay. So over here, this is a pit, an overtake error section. If someone tries an overtake here and most likely fails, they will go backwards. Like it's a yes thing. It will happen. They will go backwards. So try to not have your guys try to overtake anyone here, but if it happens, well, nothing else can be done. Maybe we can, as Alonso, catch up those guys that are pitting and get ahead of them. I have my doubts, but we can try. Okay, let's just stop pushing for overtakes. Let's just let things stabilize. That arrow right there is an annoyance. I need to get clear of them. Who's that actually? And we didn't get clear. Okay, that's friends. Anyway, we didn't get clear. No, let's not do that. Let's just trust Alonso. Let's trust Alonso's overtaking ability. He got it done. Let's go. Just trust Fernando. He's pretty good. He's gonna have a lengthy career at this rate. But anyway, I'll see you later. I had a bit of a lag there. It doesn't matter. I'll see you later. Hopefully, Bernoldi can actually get some of those moves done as well. Hopefully, we can climb. I don't have high hopes. So, we enter the half race report. Both of our guys survived the Monaco Scramble. They fought through good tires, bad tires. Michael Schumacher went and screwed up. So, everything is good in the world, right? So, let's look at the overall picture. Michael Schumacher leads, and he's gonna stop leading after he pits for pit lane speeding. John Lacey is gonna take the lead in a moment. John Lacey, of all people, he really took advantage of the wet period. Remember, he's like, I think he's still a 5 wet weather driver in this mod. What happened there? What happened there? Where is... Don't scare me like that. Start vlogging, please. And please don't crash into anyone. I will beg you. Do not crash into anyone. Like I was saying, Coulthard is 3rd. 4th is Fisichella. Amazingly, he fell off completely from his superior teammate. Anyway, what's happening in the freaking positions? What's going on? Eddie Pitt. That's what's up. Eddie Pitt and Bernaldi got passed. Anyway, Raikkonen seventh. Rubens Barrichello is sixth. He got stopped thanks to Schumacher's stop. Raikkonen is seventh. Montoya is eighth. Hakkinen is ninth. Alonso is 10th, which is pretty damn good. Saracen just passed Bernaldi. He's 11th, and Bernaldi himself is 12th. Right here, being stuck behind a minority. Please, man, we don't have time for you to be stuck behind a minority. Come on, we have work to do. Thank you. All right, so who else is notable around here? The Jordans are back there. The Arrows started good, then fell off. Mark Webber and Tarso Marquez just completely fell off a cliff. I think the wet weather really affected their pace, and they have not climbed back top since. So yeah. In other news, here's the Michael Schumacher-Jan Alesi fight. I usually know how this ends. It usually ends in tears for France, but I mean, Monaco is really enjoying seeing a Frenchman lead, I guess. So I hope they're happy. It won't last long, I think. One of my regular viewers, A-Shield, yeah, sure, you can go. A-Shield said to me that maybe I'm gonna have like a scoring point. I'm going to end up scoring points in Monaco after a crazy wet weather race. We had the wet weather. Now I need to see the crazy part. I need to start seeing DNF after DNF in the last like 10-20 laps. Which, you know, it could happen. This is Monaco. Monaco is pretty crazy. And there you go. Michael Schumacher reached with the lead. So I do hope for that craziness. I need 4 DNFs ahead of me. One of those is going to be Alesi because he's unfortunate. The other one is going to be Raikkonen because I know how Kimi Raikkonen's career went. He usually either got taken on the first lap or he blew up because Mercedes was bad in that time, although he's not using Mercedes right now, does he? Because Mercedes was bad in that time or because he overwhelmed his equipment. But anyway, I shall see you later when more interesting stuff happens. Hopefully DNFs from other people, but we have some pit stops coming up now. We might visit those. It's that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Time to see if the pit crew can give Bernaldi a good stop. First of all, he of course cannot pass a Jaguar who is a backmarker because he's Enrique Bernaldi. But now, can the crew give him a good stop that puts him ahead of keeps him ahead of the Jordans who are likely to be in the next few laps? Yes, they can. Good job, pit crew. And now it's up to Bernaldi on keeping a good pace to prevent him being... Wow. He actually kept ahead of Frentzen. Nice going. So yeah, he should be able to keep ahead of those Jordans, I think. I hope. Meanwhile, Alonso is ahead of Hakkinen, who pit a while ago. Somehow he's ahead of Hakkinen. That's not gonna last long, but hey, being ahead of a McLaren, it's a win to me, even if it's not gonna last long. Here we go again. It's that game everyone loves. It's time for Alonso, and we really need a good pit stop. Really, his only threat is right here, Saracen, but then there's Michael Schumacher. We want to stay a lap ahead in case, DNFs happen and stuff. Can the pit crew give him a good stop? And no one's gonna trigger the pit stop glitch. Good. And the crew makes 2 good stops in a row. At least they got their bad stop out of the way at the beginning of the race. And Barrichello just came in. It was this close. But we stay ahead of pretty much anyone important. And Michael Schumacher was pitting too, so it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, 2 good pit stops by the crew. I'm positively happy with them. I'll see you later when hopefully DNFs start. It's not the front runners. Marquez and Webber just completely dropped the ball on this one. But it's lap 64 for us, or lap 65, because this game counts the laps completed. 2 men have DNF for driver issues, and Mr. Alesi here has been a bit slow for the last few laps. In fact, Michael Schumacher was behind him because he pitted again, and then he just flew past. So, if the NFs are going to happen, they are getting ready. You know what? I'm gonna start this recording right here because David Coulthard has come out of freaking nowhere to take the lead of the Monaco Grand Prix. And you know what? This is gonna be a single straight shot recording to the end of the race. Jesus Christ, what has happened to the chin? He's just decided, you know what? I'm gonna win this race. And now he's in the lead. This was a race between Michael Schumacher and Jan Alesi, completely for the win, and he just like, here we go. He just took the lead right there and then. He's about to enter lap 70. He's gone. The Michael is gone. That explains everything. Michael Schumacher just ruined his hydraulics. He of all people. You know what? 9th and 10th. I will absolutely take that. But this race isn't over. We still could have a few DNFs ahead, so let's just stay here while I'll discuss, I don't know, the way some of these penalties work. By penalties I mean fuel, and there goes Rubens Barrichello. I guessed the people wrong. I thought Alesi and Raikkonen were going to DNF at the top, but I was wrong. So far it's Barrichello and Michael Schumacher. For what reason Barrichello DNF? For suspension. I told you, the suspension suffers in this track. So that will be 8th and 9th. Come on, man, just 2 more. So the way this game works in terms of fuel and tire penalties is that fuel, of course, gives you weight, which makes you slower. But depending on the track, it has more or less penalty. For example, at Monaco, the penalty is fairly low, and fuel consumption is very low, like 1.5, 1.6 liters or something. Of course, affected by the driver orders. So if you set, like, what do I put? How is Alesi still going backwards? Anyway, so if you put on a heavy fuel load at this racetrack, here in Monaco, it really doesn't affect you as much as, say, Brazil, or I think Hungary, or other tracks, because Monaco has the lowest fuel consumption in the game. So even if you put like 40 laps of fuel, it really doesn't affect you like compared to other tracks, compared to say like Spa. For this same reason, Hockenheim is glitched. I will talk more about Hockenheim when we reach that, as well as a helpful commenter that show me a very interesting strategy that somehow works. Okay, 2 more laps to the end of the race. Sadly, no more DNFs. Seem like no more DNFs are going to happen. But 8th and 9th, after the madness of this race, it's something. But the other, oh god, it's Coulthard in trouble now because Physical has decided he's gonna try and win this race in the final few laps. So there you go. So the other penalty is tire penalties, and the more worn your tires are, the slower you go, obviously. On some tracks it's kind of negligible. On all tracks it actually has a decent effect, but on some tracks like there's not that much effect. On others it's more harsh. And oh, I was wrong. But Coulthard is right there. He's on his final lap and everything. And I thought it was Coulthard. Anyway, I'm really confused. But yeah, tire penalties, the way they work is that soft tires have less tire penalty at the beginning and at the end, but they accumulate penalty faster, and the hard tires start with a higher penalty and end with a higher penalty, but they wear out slower. Anyway, yeah, truly, like that's gonna make a difference in terms of our position. David Coulthard wins this race, which, of course, it's David Coulthard. Of course he wins at Monaco. Second will be Giancarlo Fisichella. Good race for him after I dissed him for dropping like a rock. And then third, it's gonna be Jan Alesi after he looked like he will win this race. Fourth will be Oliver Panis then Raikkonen, then Hakkinen. Couldn't get any more places because we don't have the pace, and we didn't get more DNFs. I was hoping for more DNFs, but we didn't get. Still, a Michael Schumacher DNF is not something you see every day. So, Coulthard from Fisichella from a lazy, Panis, Raikkonen and Hakkinen, 5th and 6th, the finishmen. Then you have Montoya, Alonso Bernoulli, and Irvine closing out the top 10. Here's the rest of them. I was hoping for a few more DNFs. Truly completed more laps than either Schumacher and Barrichello, which is amazing. The things that Formula 1 provides. Still, Michael Schumacher still leads this championship because he pulled up a good lead despite the DNF. So yeah. So, Michael Schumacher leads from Coulthard, Fisichella, Hakkinen. Look at a lazy dog. Barrichello. So Raikkonen only has 4 points, jeez. We still don't have points because the car is not that good. Ferrari lead the way. 55 points to 47 from McLaren. 18 from Sauber, jeez. Okay, let's look at the news first. Williams has a team sponsor deal with Compact, good for them. Coulthard, of course, another lead. Michael got the pole. Ferrari a mobile. McLaren's gonna go to 4 power. Haven't seen that in a while. DHL decided to leave. I don't mind. And yes, Enrique, I know you're upset. I know, Alonso, you're upset too. I know the car is not that great. We will try to fix that as the season goes on. Let's see. Steven Giles for Sauber, maybe. Ekren Sami to McLaren. Benetton is running power brakes. Good for them. We got a profit of 700k, and we are gonna need every single profit we get. Look at the difference. We made 200k here. Now we're making 700k. Staff losses in the mechanics department, that's okay. Excessive work, we're gonna see if we are able to fix that in a moment. And sure, of course, the guys are pissed off because we're not doing like 200 miles testing weekend. We can build more space. We need to build more spares, and we can build driver aids. Okay, let's see what happens with the deals. Asia Tech is a bit upset. I don't care. Elf is happier, PSN is upset, Parmalat is happy, DHL left, I don't mind. Better turns with Lucky Strike, I rate that. We know that it will Loctite, Nortel, Hewlett Packard, LG. We need to see what deals they're offering. I don't mind about hospitality quality or licensing. Your cars are reliable. We had a bad pit stop, but it's not like it heavily altered the result of the race. So, a bit more cash is coming in because we're not expending like a whole bunch of cash in constructing in the factory. So yeah. Okay, let's see what we can do. Not gonna get that suspension soon enough. Sure, accept that. I'm gonna deal with this before the next episode. First, let's see. Can I hire anyone here? Okay, that is fully kitted out with designers. Let's move some people up to good. Drop 2 to get to here, and drop 2 to get to there. I need more designers. Well, not more designers, better designers. The designer morale is good, but I need more higher quality people. Of course, mechanics are still upset, and I don't know how to make them happy. 2 goods, we're gonna take them. And move some people from the trainee area because trainees are there to just fill up the roster. Now we need to move people up. Okay, so what do we do here? I don't remember how much model design means. Let's see. We have some damage on car number 1 and number 3. We're gonna build spares. We're gonna completely kit out the facility with spare parts. That driver aid could have been useful, but I just don't have the engineering strength to be able to build that spare part. We don't get anything here. How much? Personnel 66, right? Oof. And for this next stage, we desperately need the research bar. Let's just repair both cars and just put everyone on research. Canada is not that important in terms of Grand Prix, even though Northel will really like a good result. But it's just I can't. I need to see how many miles I need to be able to do this with everyone putting resources on it. Because I just need to bring that upgrade for the French Grand Prix. But anyway, let's see what kind of deals we have. 36%, which DHL, yeah. So let's see. Let's go a bit more down to see what we have. We have HP, Loctite, and Nortel. We are focusing on Loctite for this one. And then on Nortel. Or maybe even on General Electric. Yeah, Loctite, Nortel, and General Electric are going to be our priorities in that specific order. Why Nortel? Because simply for the memes. No more Parmalat, more PSN, please. I think for now that will be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and finally, I do have internet right now, so I will be able to load every single episode I have ready. So I hope you're ready, because you're gonna have a lot of episodes pumped in. Just be sure to comment everything you see, and I will acknowledge it here in the Canadian Grand Prix. So let's save the game. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next episodes.